Hi everyone, I'm Douglas Stuart. I'm the Booker Prize winning author of Shuggie Bain, and my new novel, Young Mungo, is available in paperback now. I wonder if the reason why my books have resonated is at the very beginning people thought that the novels were so Glaswegian, they were so particular in a time and a place that they thought actually very little about the human condition that connects all of us. But the truth is many of us can feel the loneliness, the isolation that Shuggie and Agnes and Mungo and James feel. I think many women and many mothers feel overlooked in the way that Agnes might feel, or feel like they didn't get a chance to be more in their life. And I think in terms of Mungo and James, that's really the story of many young queer people growing up in the 80s and 90s when we didn't have any visibility, when we didn't know we were worthy of love, when we didn't know if we would ever find anyone else. And so I think people can understand and really relate to those stories. I think it's important to give voice to underrepresented groups because we don't understand the country we're living in unless everyone gets an equal voice. I think for too long, especially in literature, the dominant voice was white, middle class, southern voice, and for the rest of us we just felt excluded. But for any reader it just meant you didn't really understand what was going on in the length and breadth of the nation. Actually, when I first heard my books brought to life as audiobooks, as a writer, I could only listen to a couple of minutes of each of them, and then I couldn't listen to any more. And they're actually spectacular. People are really complimentary. Both of the narrators did a phenomenal job. But as a writer, it's really difficult to actually hear someone else read your words, because the words have lived only really inside your head for so long, and now suddenly they're out in the world. And I think every writer sort of hears their words spoken back to them and then might think, oh, I wish I could change that sentence, or I wish I could do something different. But one of the things that I love about the audiobooks is how they bring the Glaswegian accent to life, and they really bring the city to life. I know that for readers who haven't maybe been to the city, it just adds another dimension to the storytelling, which is I'm so glad for. I recently agreed to the adaptations of Shuggie Bain and Young Mungo for television, and what was initially just pure excitement actually fills into like nerves and dread because I'm writing the treatments myself. But I felt a huge amount of responsibility to the characters and to the stories. We don't often see working life families, certainly not Scottish Glaswegian families, on television. And when I was a kid, I didn't grow up in a house that had a lot of books, but we loved TV, we loved cinema, and we loved stories, no matter how they came to us. And I know that there are maybe some young men especially that might not be reading my work, but would get something from the story, from the television adaptation. And so I wanted to be involved because I wanted to do a very faithful job and to tell the story as it should be told so that it can reach as many people as possible, people that might feel outside of books. The thing about my characters that I'm very protective about is my characters might not have very much. They might be dealing with poverty and tough times, but they have an enormous amount of pride. And I'm really excited to show that, to show how much self-worth they have and how much strength and resilience and deep, deep love for themselves and for their family that they have. I think that's something I'm really keen to show. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Douglas Stuart, the author of Shuggie Bain, and my new novel, Young Mungo, is available in bookshops.